Namaste, everyone. Happy Thursday. Today, we're going to do a little bit of a different kind of practice. We're going to incorporate some Tai Chi, which Tai Chi is an ancient system of exercise that incorporates a lot of the same fundamentals as yoga does, essentially creating a healthy body, flexible spine, helps one to be able to achieve being able to be still within meditation. So a lot of the parts are the same: movement, breath. Tai Chi has more of a flow to it. It's almost like a dance. So we'll get started by coming to a standing position, what we call horse stance. Your feet are parallel, kind of wide apart, knees bend. Take your shoulders and breathe them up by your ears. When you exhale, let them go back. You want to feel just a slight tilt of your tailbone toward the earth. So you feel a nice long spine. Legs are working, but you're balanced, you're buoyant. Let your eyes close, and we'll take a moment just to tuning into what you feel today, what you brought here to the mat. Tune into your breath. And maybe if you find that some anxiety comes up about, doing this practice well, doing this practice good, let go of that anticipation, let go of that expectation, and just allow yourself to be okay with where you are, so that your creativity can flow through and you can release the pressure of your life. As a grounding technique, first we're going to cross both hands in front, breathe the arms up, exhale the arms down. Now the more relaxed you can be within this process, the better. So take a breath in, reach, exhale to ground. You feel the earth underneath your feet, you feel your legs working. Continue, inhale, exhale. Fluid motion, circular and soft. Tai Chi is what they call a soft martial art, meaning it incorporates the ability to move energy in a deflective way, in a yin-like way. There's yin, yang, sort of like yin yoga. Tai Chi has elements of receptivity instead of using brute strength. A couple more like this. Now we're going to raise both hands up to shoulder level as you breathe in. Hip level as you lower. Make sure you keep your elbows relaxed. And here you can imagine yourself draw enough from the earth from your feet as you inhale. Slightly engage through your core, what in Tai Chi we call the Dantian. We call this one pulling the earth. couple more. Good. Next, let's wave hands like clouds. Take both palms forward. Keep a tall spine as you sweep your hands forward, leading with the top hand. Switch the hands as you turn. Deep breathing into the belly. And as you move your hands, you can just imagine like you're moving clouds across the sky. There's never any rush in this practice. You always want to be real patient with yourself. Move slowly and just enjoy what you feel. Right? And the slower that you go, the more you can attune to subtle energy. And that could just be something as simple as the feeling in your hands, attuning to what sensations are coming through. Next, let's do carrying the moon. So you make a wide, like a circle with both arms. You lower, bending the knees, carrying the moon across the sky, slowly. With breath. One of my favorite things about this practice is that it's so rooted in nature, right? Images of clouds, the moon, horses. What's interesting is that the monks that developed this system, reverse, saw within nature that everything was relaxed and everything that moved at its own pace, right? So the idea that the more that we can attune to the pace of nature, which of course we are a part of, the more harmonious we can live within our lives. Okay. Come back down through center. Breathe in, reach it up, shoulder level. And back to hip level. Okay. While we're here, sink a little bit lower. Hands on your waist, and just for a moment, with the tailbone tilted slightly toward the earth, just bounce a little. Send weight to the outer edges of your feet. Two more deep breaths. Good. Now, legs should be feeling a little active. Let's bring the right knee down and bring your right foot toward the back of your mat. Take a deep breath. Keep this left knee toward the wall behind you. I'm going to breathe in and reach up. As you exhale, take a side bend toward the left knee. And prop up your forearm on the thigh and take a nice side stretch. You can look up toward your right hand if it feels good. We'll come back to center, rising up. Back into horse. Knees bend. Get in on the horse. Take a breath. take the left knee down, bringing the left foot behind you. Keep the right knee toward the wall behind you. Breathe in, reach up. Tall through the spine. And on the exhale, side bend to the right. One more deep breath. Good. All right. We'll come back up. Again, full breath in to reach. Exhale to lower. Up shoulder level. And lower. Take your hands on your waist. Move your feet out a little wider. Make sure that both feet are parallel to one another. We're going to lift the heart. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, keep your legs engaged as you fold forward. You place your hands on the earth, shoulder distance apart. And relaxing into the pose, let your knees bend a little bit. Two more deep breaths here. Good. Let's come up halfway. Let your knees bend. Come back to standing. Bring your feet a little wider. Soften the knees again in horse stance. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, lower. Hands up shoulder level. Press both palms out away from one another and put some energy into it. Exhale, the palms press. Breathe both arms up overhead, straightening the arms. And then as you exhale, draw your shoulders down your back. Breathe in to reach up. Exhale, shoulders down. Feel like this. Lower toward the earth. Breathe in, reach. And exhale. Grounding. Each time that you're lower your hands. Let's do it again. Releasing tension into the earth, letting it go. Good. Take one hand forward in front of you, one hand back, and try to keep your hips turned toward the front. Inhale, hands come together. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. Switch. So just like in yoga, Tai Chi, and Qigong, which is a predecessor to Tai Chi, sort of like a simplified version, all incorporate the 6 directions a healthy spine moves. Twisting, forward folds, back bends, expansion, contraction. side bends. Alright? So the healthier your spine is, generally the healthier your body is. Relax. Take a deep breath, reach. Releasing tension, exhale, lower. Good. Okay. A couple of things to do on the wall. And these poses are great for any time that you're feeling a little constricted, feeling a little hunched over. Maybe you've been at a computer for a while. First, take your hands about a little lower than your shoulders, shoulder distance apart. Walk your feet back away from the wall. Let your knees bend and bring your heart toward the earth. This is a lot like downward facing dog. And lengthen your hips back as you press your palms forward. Breathing deeply. Okay, we'll come up. Next, take your right hand and forearm against the wall. Step your right foot forward and then lean into shifting forward. Your right arm will be drawing back behind you so that you feel a stretch through your pec muscle in the chest and also the deltoid in the shoulder. And the more that you lean, the more deeply you can go. Just remember to remain with your breath and be kind to yourself. Good. Relax. Oh, and remember, keep your left elbow at the same level as your left shoulder. Left foot steps forward, leaning into it. Deep breathing. Next, we're going to place the right hand on the wall about shoulder level. Turn your hand down so that your fingers point toward the earth. And then your right hand's on the wall, sort of like last time. Step your right foot forward and just lean into the stretch. This can be pretty intense, so find a place that works without pushing into pain. This stretches the bicep, shoulder, and the wrist. If you feel like getting fancy, you can take a side bend, reaching the left arm up and over. Sometimes it's nice to get fancy, like on your birthday, which today happens to be my birthday. I'm not going to say I'm going to get fancy, but you never know. Switching sides. the top hand up and over, or right hand rather. Okay, relax. Let's do one more. Same as we did the first time. Hands shoulder distance apart, shoulder level. Walk the feet back, let the knees bend. Bring your heart toward the earth. Press into the wall as you send your hips back. And we'll come up. Right. Lastly, let's come back into horse stance and we'll do a little guided meditation. So take your shoulders up and back. Take a breath in, reach both arms. As you exhale, lower. And we're going to pull the earth, lifting shoulder level, lowering hip level. Just moving at a slow pace this time. Let your elbows rest beside you with the knees bent, shoulders relaxed. Palms are about at the top of the rib cage, and your hands aren't limp and they're not stiff, but they're in between. You can imagine holding pieces of cotton in between your fingers without crushing them. That kind of a feeling. Let your tailbone soften toward the earth. And feeling a tall spine, you can let your eyes close, and we'll take just a little bit of time to focus on our breathing and focus on our own energy, what we're feeling here. Remember that your breathing helps to bring your attention, your awareness to the present. Letting go of the future or the past. Giving yourself this time just to be here for you, right? You are worth it. One breath after the next. Take both hands, reach your palms overhead. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms, reach up. And as you exhale, clearing the energy around you in your auric field by just slowly lowering your palms. You can imagine your auric field is like an egg-shaped sphere around you. And as you pass your palms through it, you're just wiping off anything that's negative or dark or no longer needed. Just smoothing it out, letting that stuff go. Take your hands up through center, a deep breath. And again, clearing the aura, palms lower slowly. You can imagine the light around you is like a white light. One more. Take a deep breath. This time, filling that sphere of light with energy. You might imagine it becoming brighter, becoming stronger, filling in any little holes that might be there, healing it. We'll come up, pulling the earth through shoulder level, back through hip level. Good. Step your feet together. Bringing your hands to heart center. The light within me humbly bows and shines the light within each of you. When we're in this place of light, we're one. Namaste. Alright. Before you sign off, we do have a journal topic. I hope you're all feeling relaxed, feeling ready for the day. I thought this was a good one because it addresses one of the most important reasons to practice yoga, which is to create a foundation within yourself that is unshakable. If we're able to come back to a place of peace, even amidst chaos, then there's really something to that. It's incredibly useful in life. And so that's what they mean whenever they say, take your practice off the mat. It means step out into the world and practice being centered, practice being present and grounded, so that as life comes your way, you're able to navigate it openly and clearly. So you can write this down. Praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and sorrow will come and go like the wind. To be happy, rest like a great tree in the midst of them all. And this is from the Buddha. So what I'd like you to write about is just your thoughts on that, maybe practices that you have in your life that help you to be that tree, or maybe somebody else that you know that has a strong practice or a strong foundation, or anything that comes to mind. All right. Have a blessed day, everybody. Take good care.